Okay, alright, I do not have a script, so I'll just say whatever comes up to my mind. So I hope you guys don't mind. But tip number 1 is that you need to know that it is a sport. I know, it sounds like folk found in the kitchen, but I do believe that a lot of people enter figure skating thinking that it's just skating. Or because it looks easy, rather. Like, it looks really effortless, and you know, you see those skaters on the big TV, you know, they do things effortlessly, jumps and spins, etc. They look like they don't even break a sweat. Okay, but let me tell you, the amount of work that goes behind the scene is crazy. Okay, I mean, again, this varies from people to people, but I'm sure that you clicked on this video because you probably saw those big jumps and spins on the bigger screens and stuff, and you're wondering, hey, you know, I'm an adult skater, can I do all these things, like possibly? And the answer is yes, you can. You know why? Because I personally, and I am a very unathletic, and yeah, I am not the best person physically and etc. So let me tell you, the amount of work that I put into this sport behind the scene to be able to land a single EXO was crazy. But of course, if I can do it, so can you. So again, the first tip, know that you're entering this and you're doing a sport. So basically, you are an athlete. Okay, not a lot of people post this on social media, but again, as an athlete, you have to do off-ice conditioning, and that includes core exercises, lifting weights, doing agility drills, doing off-ice jumps, and stretching, mental work, and etc. Of course, again, if you're just looking to skate around recreationally, that's fine. But I'm sure you clicked onto this video because you want to do things that most figure skaters do, such as spin, do advanced jumps, etc. So you do need to know that you need to have access, or rather, you need to know that you're putting yourself into this, and you have to do some physical activities, right? Because essentially it's a sport. And it comes to my tip number 2 that just came out into my mind, is that accessibility matters in this sport. Again, like almost every sport, no, but I feel very strongly about this, but especially figure skating, it is a very exclusive sport. There's a lack of information about the sport. 1 is because it's not very popular, and 2, the prices are absurd. Like previously I mentioned, right, you have to do physical off-ice conditioning before you even get onto the ice. There's money there as well. So you probably need a gym membership. You probably need to buy your own equipments like yoga mats, I don't know, plyometric drills, ladder drills, etc. And of course, if you're starting out as a beginner, you have to find a coach. And of course, having access to off-ice physical trainer will skyrocket your progress. If you don't, it's alright. There are a lot of YouTube tutorials out there that you can follow. But what I'm trying to say is that yes, you do have to pay. And of course, if you have your own home space, then you can buy those equipments and place them at home. Else, you have to go to a gym. And yeah. And that's just for off-ice. And for on-ice, coaching, ice time, etc. It is a very expensive sport, unfortunately. So again, sometimes when you look at other skaters and you see them doing X and X and X and X, again, not saying that they didn't put any hard work, but sometimes opportunities matters as well. Like, if you have money to have access to off-ice physical training, on-ice training, etc. And again, you might be asking me like, hey, you know, why are you sharing all this to me when I'm a beginner and I'm just looking to skate? But trust me, these are things that you would probably get into once you're probably around 5 to 6 months into skating, and you're looking to progress further from just moving around. And that comes to my tip number 3, is that you need to learn how to skate before you start figure skating. Again, sounds like it's like common knowledge, but you actually don't know what you're getting into. Again, I believe that all of this happens because on the big screen, figure skating looks effortless, and yeah, but once you start wearing those skates and you start moving on ice, you will know how difficult it is. Hands down, period. Depending on your physical abilities, your coordination, your balancing skills, sometimes it might take up to 1 to 2 years just to learn how to skate, or did you learn to skate classes. Again, Singapore doesn't offer that, but if you're in other countries, any other country that has an ice rink, I'm sure that they do have learn to skate classes that are available, and they usually spend around 3 to 6 months. You'll be in groups, and they'll teach you how to move backwards and forwards, and etc. And usually all those things probably take you around, yeah, like I mentioned, 1 to 2 years, and really depends on your individual characteristics and how good are you at balancing and how much you're afraid of falling. So those are my tip number 4. Be prepared to take very nasty falls and injuries learning how to or rather learning figure skating itself. Skating requires you to fall even before you start to learn how to spin or jump. Most moves, like learning to move forwards, backwards, your edges, inside, outside, all these things require you to fall. And these falls can get nasty, like you get bruises everywhere, and these falls do not get better as you progress on to even more advanced things like spins, jumps. You're likely to fall all the time. Like you'll fall non-stop. Every session you have to fall. And yes, if you have a fear of falling, you can't. Okay, this is the first time I say that you can't. Usually I'm always saying that, oh, you can do anything, but if you have a fear of falling, this is just not good. Because sometimes the worst falls come when you least expect it. What I'm trying to say is that, let's say you bail, then you get the worst falls. Like, sometimes you have to go into it knowing that you will fall, but you fall anyways. And because falling is the only way to learn. Which goes to number 5, you must not have a fear of failure. Right. I believe that is one of the biggest mindset to have as a beginner figure skater, as you might feel so discouraged all the time. I would say it's like all the time. You always see those little kids doing advanced moves and stuff. Then you might be spending 2 to 3 months just learning how to do crossovers. Then you might, oh my god, why am I even paying so much money to just learn how to do crossovers? And that's where everyone will quit. Those starting stages and stuff, because things just feel slow and you feel like there's no progress and stuff. But trust me, no progress is still progress. As long as you put yourself out there and you do the work, eventually you would get somewhere. So you must not have the fear of failure, because again, feeling is the only way to learn in this sport. And that goes to tip number 6, which someone told me, is that you need to have a good and strong community when you start skating. I don't know whether this is obvious or not, but maybe for every other sport, I don't know, but for figure skating especially, it is very, very toxic. Yeah. Even in the big screens, you always see those people criticizing those skaters and stuff like that. No one is ever happy for some reason. Again, so it's very important for you to find a group of friends, or rather community, that you can make at your ice rink and get each other to encourage basically find someone to train with, have friends, have good coaches. I think that's very important. Find a coach that you fit with and that doesn't discourage you as an adult skater. As again, learning figure skating takes a long time that no one talks about, and it varies from people to people, but on average it takes a lot of work. Like, you have to train 3 to 4 times and progress can be slow at times. And yeah, sometimes when you're a beginner and you go to your local ice rinks, people are not the most friendly to beginner skaters. I'm just gonna be very honest. Like, sometimes you may be like an obstacle. It's a bit mean to say that, but a bit controversial as well. Sometimes you can be an obstacle to more advanced skaters because you might not know how the ring rules work, like which corners are for the jumps, the centers are for the spins, and etc. Not exactly the most beginner friendly sport, so having a good support system would be nice. And my last tip will be to know your limits and also have fun while you're trying out this new hobby. Again, I believe you clicked onto this video because you probably saw a video out there and that perhaps gave you some motivation, or maybe you are curious and you wanted to try out figure skating. So I'm just gonna be very honest and put these tips out there because truly these are some things that I wish someone told me. And again, I've been through all these things and I'm still here today. So if you are passionate about things, you can surely get through things. Oh, one more tip. You need to have access to good equipment. I can't believe I didn't cover this. Having access to good equipment is so important, because you are definitely not able to train in skates that do not support you. And what I mean by support you is the sizing and whether the boot fits your feet shape, etc. In skating in poorly fitted boots will cause you a lot of pain and money, because you pay almost up to $5,000 to $1,000 for skates. And imagine that doesn't fit you, and it will hurt. So yeah, this marks my kind of like my first video on this and my first video on YouTube, I guess. Again, these are my opinions and they are quite controversial, I would say, because I do believe that no videos cover this basically. As a adult skater, I mean, there are a lot of content out there that tells you what you have to do and tips. So again, I have never really heard any of these tips being some of these tips were being shared out there, but most of these training related tips are not really shared. It is a lot of commitment, but no worries. It's like a curve, It's like the more work you put into it, then the more likely you're going to succeed in this sport. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy this video and follow along as I'm going to share my journey, or rather like my 2-year figure skating journey, etc. Then again, disclaimer, I hope I didn't scare you or anything getting into this sport. It's a big community, and again, if you're not looking to do those big jumps or spins, you see, you can always feel free to buy skates and skate around recreationally. It doesn't hurt. But I'm sure you click onto this video because you have goals, and I would wish you all the best in your figure skating journey if you were to start one. And you can connect with me if you have any more questions that you want to ask. So yeah.